Hello, Patriots Colony. Recording this on an afternoon where it's a sunny day. We've had mostly clouds the other times we've done these outside, which made the contrast much better. So I'm going to do the best we can. We started also last time learning a form of a sun style form that was developed for pain management and also for improving breathing. We're going to work on that a little bit again this time. I'm going to start off with our usual though, where you get your foundation set up, that invisible line around the outsides of your feet, and you're centered over that, feet firmly connected to the earth. You're really grounded. You just relax down into it, sink down into it. You almost feel your center of gravity sinking down, making your connection to the earth more stable, making it harder to get you off your feet. And once you're firmly grounded and connected to the earth, you connect yourself upwards using that byway spot or that crown chakra line attached there, pulling you straight up, making you taller, stretching your spine, stacking your vertebrae on top of each other, getting your hips parallel to the floor, tailbone drops, hips move back a little bit, flattens out your stomach, flattens out your lower back. Tops of your shoulders parallel to the floor and relax downwards. Back of your head rises up, chin tucks in a little bit, moves your head back just a bit, probably, depending on how your natural balance is. But this is getting your head nice and balanced on your shoulders, so it's not tilted in any direction, front, back, left, right, to the corners. It's just nice and balanced in the middle. So if you drop a line from the byway straight down through the perineum, it hits your foundation right in the middle. Focus on your breathing. Breathe from your nose down to your diaphragm. If you want, you touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. As you exhale, you pull the pelvic floor up, you move all the air out. If you want to breathe out through your mouth, you just release the tongue. You sigh, let all the tension inside just flow out and away from you, and just get relaxed but ready, that eutonic state of the muscles. Just let everything relax, especially all the muscles in your face, around your eyes, around your nose, your mouth, your jaw, down into your neck and shoulders and your back. Just let everything relax. Let your arms float up with your palms facing about shoulder high. You turn your hands as you press in, the elbows drop. You push your head back a little bit, feel some movement in your neck. Turn and press out. Let the arms extend outwards. Arms drop down slowly. Tuck your chin a little bit. Feel more stretch in your neck. Inhale all the way up. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more. Back to the center. Arms float up again with the palms facing. One hand drops down, palm towards the floor. Other arm folds over, palm lines up with the forehead. Turning just your arm in your head, you turn to that side, getting some movement in your neck. You come back to the center. Hands basically just trade places. It's an exhale to the side, and inhale to the center. We'll do a couple more on each side. Just remember that 70% rule. Only 70% of your range of motion. You just flow into it. Arms come back down. You turn your head to one side, drop your chin, or roll across the bottom, straight across the middle. Exhale. Inhale. One more on that direction, and then just reverse. Back to the center. Shoulders roll towards the front. Remember, if you have issues with your rotator cuffs, just turn your hands with their face behind you and rotate your elbows, moving your shoulders. Adapt it to whatever works best for you. And then just reverse. Inhale up and exhale down. Arms float up again, fingers go pointed straight up, forearm and palms come together, but if that causes you any issues, just relax your elbows out. It's an inhale as your arms come back, and exhale to the center. So inhale and exhale, and one more. Your hands come back out. You're going to just extend your arms, but remember, keep softness in your elbow. Don't fully extend. The hands come back, don't fully compress. It's an exhale and an inhale. When your fingers are pointed straight up, just let your hands tilt towards you and away from you. And then towards and away from each other. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Fold your fingers over, thumbs on the outside, so you have nice soft Taiji fist. As you reach out to punch, your arm extends out, hand opens, all the joints in your fingers and hand extend outwards. You curl, you pull back. It's an exhale and an inhale. Just flex your fingers, and then they come to rest, palm up, about waist high. As you inhale, you just feel all the joints in the fingers and the palms, wrists expanding outwards. As you exhale, you just relax back. So inhale and exhale. One more. Flex your fingers, come back so you're holding the ball. Lower hand rotates out, presses up, upper hand presses down. Inhale to the center, exhale out. When you're back to the center, just rotate from the hips up to whichever hand's on top. I've got this hand on top, so rotate to feel some stretch in the back till I get to the hip on that side. Then I turn the hands around, keeping the palms facing. Come back to the hip on the other side. Synchronize the breathing so you're inhaling in one direction and exhaling in the other. Back to the center, hands go to one side like you're pressing into a wall. Shift your weight into the foot on that side. Weightless foot goes out just however far you feel comfortable with. You want to feel some stretch in your hip. And then back to the center, palms down. Shift your weight into one foot so you're nice and balanced over that foot. Hands go back to counterbalance. Weightless foot goes up, heel touches. If you need to rebalance, you just touch your forefoot down in the middle. Arms go forward, body stays perpendicular to the floor. Weightless foot goes behind you, forefoot touches. Again, this is for the hip. And just shift your weight, the same thing other side. Back to the center, toes pointed towards the corners, a little space between your heels, fists at your hips. Shift all your weight into one foot. Weightless foot's going to come out and the opposite arm's going to counterbalance. Forefoot's going to touch down and come back. It's an exhale and an inhale. Back to the center, and for this one you're going to go into a forward archer stance or bow stance, bow and arrow stance. Shift your weight over, step up just a little bit, and you punch. Again, you get that nice stretch. You come back, it's an exhale and an inhale. And you come back balanced on your foundation, feet parallel, shoulder width apart. Shift your weight over into one foot, heel and toe on the weightless foot. And shift your weight, same thing on the other foot. Shift your weight back, and this time pick a spot where maybe a couple boards come together, or just a spot on the floor where the inside the foot can touch as close to the same place as you can. Because you want to focus on moving the ankle to get that lateral motion warmed up. And then being very gentle with your ankles, knees, and hips, shift all your weight over. First circles in one direction, and then the other direction. Same thing other side. And then get yourself nice and balanced. Shift your weight from one foot to the other. And if you want, you can visualize that warm, salty water just going from one side to the other, pouring from one leg up through your body, down into the other leg as the other leg empties. Just cleaning all the cells. If you want to visualize a white purifying light going from one side to the other, whatever works for you. But as it washes throughout your body, it calms you, heals you. And then just start to swing from one side to the other, shifting your weight from one foot to the other. When the hand goes behind you, it's just inside your hip very lightly. This is the swing. You do it with your eyes closed. You just visualize yourself in a place where you feel very serene, very safe. It makes you feel a little woozy. You just keep your eyes open, look straight ahead, and keep your eyes focused on something that's not moving. But you can still do the visualization. The drumming, it's just inside your shoulder on that first point of the lung meridian. And then right at the base of the rib cage. Just inside the hip in the front on that inguinal crease. And then right on the lower dantian. And then back to the swing. Then you just come back to stillness, hold like a large balance ball. Upper hand's going to keep your head relatively still, lower hand's going to take your hip out just a little bit. So again, keep softness in your knees, turn your hands around. Get some movement in your lower back and your hips. Balance everything out. Again, shift your weight from one side to the other. Get yourself nice and centered. So that if you have a pendulum and all your weight's in this foot, it drops down in the middle of that foot. When you're centered over your foundation, it's right in the middle of the foundation. When all your weight's in this foot, it's in the center of that foot. Again, just let everything relax. Get all your weight into a foot you feel comfortable with. You just let the other foot float up a bit. If you need to put your hand on a chair on the wall, that's okay. If you need to keep your forefoot on the floor, that's fine. Back to the center, all the weight in the other foot. Shifts up, the other foot just floats up. Back to the center, shift all your weight. Weightless foot just floats up like you have a helium balloon on your knee. Like you're getting ready to step up over a curb or up onto a stair, or you're in the balance class where you're stepping over the yoga bricks. Other side. Just relax into it. Anytime any part of you tenses up, somewhere else is going to have to compensate, and it's going to throw your balance off. So a big part of this is, as we mentioned before, paying attention down to the bottoms of your feet, feel connected to the floor, where your body is in space, but also just being relaxed. This time your heel floats up. The other side. And then your knee floats up, you just drop your hand on your thigh. Just relax into it. Same thing other side. Hope you can hear the bird. It's a very pretty song. Gonna walk a little bit. Shift your weight. One foot just floats up, completely off the floor. Connects, and the other foot can release. It's an inhale. As your foot comes up, and exhale when it comes down. Short steps are fine. If you don't have room where you are, just do it in place. The thing is, you want to bring your foot completely off the floor and keep them lined up like you're walking on railroad tracks. Not walking on a tightrope. Your center of gravity is going from the foot that has all your weight diagonally across, so that when this foot has all the weight, you're centered over that foot and the other foot can release. And remember, you can use this as a walking meditation wherever you happen to be. Just relax, shift all your weight into one foot. The other foot can go out to 45 degrees. Shift your weight into that foot. Bring the other foot over for a T-step. Step up this foot, toes straight ahead, 90 degrees. Shift your weight. 70% or 80%, 30%, 20% in the back foot. Shift your weight back, so most of your weight, usually it's roughly 80% in the back foot. Front foot's empty, it comes in T-step, steps out and back, comes down 45 degrees, front foot rotates around 90 degrees. Come back, bring your feet, toes pointed straight ahead. Just review what we did last week, and I'm going to face you first, so don't worry so much about following along. Or if you want to, that's fine too. Remember, nobody's judging, so it doesn't matter if you go left or right, because we're going to be doing almost everything equally on each side anyway, except for the very first step. Just relax. Your toes are pointed towards the corner, a little space between your heels. A lot of the stuff we do in the warm-up gets you ready for this particular form too. So the first movement is opening the energy gates, opening the door. For commencement form, you let your arms float up with your palms facing. Elbows lead the way down. Fingertips trail, a little bit of a bend in your knees. You shift your weight into your right foot. Rotate on that left forefoot as your hands come in towards you. You step up, hands come up, step up, reach out, back, open, close. You shift all your weight into your left foot so you can turn on that center axis. As you do, the heel on the right foot comes up so you can rotate on the forefoot. Step a little bit, not much. Shift your weight, extend your arms, palms turn out, hands separate and your eyes follow. Fingers on that left hand, the hand that goes a long ways. If you have issues with your knees and hips and stepping towards the corner causes you problems, this is the way it's regularly done, so you really kind of end up in a bow and arrow stance. But you can also just step with your toes straight ahead and do it that way. And it might be easier to keep your knees lined up with your toes that way. So I'm going to turn in the other direction. So I'm facing away from you so I can keep the right and the left straight. Arms come up and down. Step, arms come up, reach out, step, back, open, close, single whip. Do it a couple more times to make sure we still remember it. Just relax. Commencement form, arms come up, down, weight shift into the right foot, step up, reach out, and back. Open, close. Weight goes left, a little step towards the right corner, extend your arms. Single whip. One more time. Up, down, step up, open, close, single whip. The next movement is one called wave hands like clouds. If you studied Young family, you remember it looks like this. Every family does it a little differently. Sun family, upper hand's going to be palm out. When it comes across, it drops down like it's going to drop on like a drum head. It goes straight across, palm down, and goes palm out. You're turning on that center axis, shifting your weight. Same thing happens with the other hand. They move together. The upper hand, you might notice, if you can tell from the angle, is fingertips are just below eye level. You don't want to, and you may see people doing it sometimes, bring it across in front of their face. But since this does have its roots in martial arts, you don't want to cover your eyes up. Also, hands down a little bit, because we always want our shoulders relaxed downwards. When you bring your arm up like that, you don't have as much power. You put more stress on your shoulders. So we do this with both hands together. We come across, and when the hand drops down, upper hand drops down as lower hand comes up. It's yin yang. What's low becomes high. What's high becomes low. You shift your weight from one side to the other, and I'm just going to start to do that. I think we mentioned last time that open and close is a very nice kind of standing meditation or sitting meditation. You can use this as a standing meditation too, or sitting meditation really. Now, as you shift your weight from side to side, make sure you keep your knees nice and soft. But you may notice you're turning like this. We've talked about silk reeling before. You're massaging internal organs. For this, if something comes at you, you grab it, take it off to the side. But the other thing you're doing, remember when we're in a bow and arrow stance, whether it's a forward bow stance or a reverse bow stance, you have that space between your feet, front foot at 90 degrees, back foot at 45 degrees, or if you do a traditional style, you have they're straight toes toward the corner, but it's tough on your knees. And you have stability in all directions. When your feet are like this, you don't. You have stability left and right, but forward and back you don't. So just picture yourself like a top turning. And if something comes in, it just glances off you, takes it off to the side, and it's giving you, as best you can, that front and back stability. And the feet going to move over here a little bit. I'm going to go that way. You shift your weight into one foot. It's like that pouring we were doing earlier. Pouring is also used to teach walking sideways in Taiji. All the water goes into the weighted foot. Other foot's empty, it comes out. As you start to shift your weight, the water pours from this leg into this leg. So right now it's even in each. Now it's all going into this one, so this leg on this side's empty. So we can raise up and come over. And the foot does come completely off the floor. You don't drag it across. You picture it like cat feet that are not making a sound, or like you're walking on rice paper and not making a sound. I'm going to go back. So come in for a T-step. Step out. The toe comes down. When I shift my weight, that heel touches, and when the heel touches on this side, the heel on this side comes up. Heel down, heel up. Heel down, heel up. So again, my center of gravity is going from the middle of one foot to the middle of the other. So let me get back over here. I do it with the hands. Get ready to step. 1, 2, 3. Let's do a couple more since we've got some room. You can do it in either direction, so let's just go back. We'll finish it off with open and close. Let your hands come back down. So if you remember, we were here at single whip. Most of the weight's on that foot, so I'm just going to take this hand, take that foot up, and bring it over. And I don't really have to do much with this hand. It's already up. It's a step. So it's single whip. Let me face you one time and do it all the way through up to there, and then I'll turn around and we'll practice a little bit. Arms come up and down, step, step, and you don't have to follow along, just watch. Single whip. A lot of times Chinese teachers will just demonstrate it, and then they'll pick somebody out and put them up front and have them lead while they correct everybody. And that's when you try to blend into the wall so you don't get picked to be the one to go up front. So I'm going to turn around, and we'll do it through 3 times. Nice and relaxed. Arms come up, palms facing. As they come down, elbows lead the way, fingertips trail, a little bit of a bend in the knees. Hands get about even with your waist. Shift your weight right. Rotate that left foot as your hands come in. You step up left as your hands are rising up your body. Step left, shift your weight, arms reach out, right foot comes up. Drop back, open, close. Shift your weight into your left foot so you can turn towards the right corner. Right heel's up, rotating on the right forefoot. Just a little bit of a step, not much. Shift your weight, arms extend, hands separate, parting a curtain, look to the left. Single whip. Shift your weight left, right hand and right foot move together. They come in, bodies facing towards the left corner. Right hand palm down, left hand palm out. Step right, shift your weight, left hand drops, right hand comes across. Turn towards the right corner. And you do this 3 times. And the 3rd time is when you get back to where you started, facing towards that left corner. You come back to the center, open and close. Let's do it a couple more times. Shoulders nice and relaxed, a little bit of a bend in the knees. And begin. Arms float up and down. Step, reach out, step, open, close. Single whip. Wave hands like clouds going to the right. 3 times. So there's 1, 2, 3. Back to the center, open, close. One more time. I'm going to do it quietly. I'll say when to begin and then just follow along. Just want to make sure I was still in the picture. And begin. Open, close. Single whip right side. Look left. Wave hands like clouds. Going to the right 3 times. Open and close. Figured since you couldn't see the front, it should call out the names. Okay, we'll take it up from there next week. That's the whole first part of the first section. The second part is basically the same thing. You're just going in the opposite direction because this form does everything equally on each side. Get in a nice little horse riding stance with your legs, hands about belt high. Just inhale and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more. Hands come up for open and close. Inhale. And exhale. Hands back down. Hips go back. Head stays over your foundation as the water flows down. Exhale up. Hands make that big circle. Back to the center, rotate on your central axis till your left hand lines up with your left hip, right hand comes across on top. For a sideways open and close. Rotate to the hip on the other side, turn your palms around, inhale and exhale. Back to the center, hands come up, and it's a massage down the back energy channels and then up the front energy channels. And then just kind of massage, feel along your collarbone until you feel that little hollow. Just massage there in a clockwise motion for a little bit. Same thing other side. Again, that's on the lung meridian, and then you can just kind of tap it a little bit. Same thing other side. Bring your arms up like you're holding your tree. Again, you're centered over your foundation. Just take about 5 breaths at your own pace. Making the exhale last longer than the inhale. balance everything out. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, healthy, and well. Be sure to practice, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.